Hi, everybody. Susan Fleischman here at ZTV in our continuing series on the Spring to Action 2021. And we are getting to meet some of the people that keep these amazing nonprofit organizations running here in Alexandria. And here with me right now is Jennifer Ayers, the Executive Director for Alive. And I don't know if anybody watching this doesn't know what Alive does because they're amazing. But Jennifer, welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be
Sure.
here.
Yes, it's great to talk to you. Can you just give us a kind of a quick top line summary of what you do at Alive, what Alive does?
Sure. Alive provides basic needs to the people of Alexandria. So we're an interfaith organization. We were founded in 1969 by 14 different congregations here in Alexandria, and today we're 47 member congregations, so of different faiths that come together to help people in need. So we do that with food, which most people know about our food program. We also have a housewares program. We had a furniture program until COVID started, and we'll be opening that again soon. Early education, we had a preschool, and I'll talk a little bit about that later. And also, we have a shelter, a live house, a transitional shelter, one of the oldest shelters in Virginia. And we serve mothers and their children there. Usually, it's 4 families at a time. During COVID, we're down to 2 families. And we provide financial assistance, so monetary support for things like utilities, rent, medical bills to people in need. And we just started an eviction prevention program with partners where we're connecting people to resources to keep them housed, or in the worst case, help them through an eviction process.
Wow, that is a lot. And so needed right now. And I guess you never realized how much it was needed until, of course, it got worse. You
Right,
thought you thought you were needed before, and
right.
then and speaking of it getting worse, I mean, what challenges did you face in 2020? It seems like such an obvious question, but can you speak to that just a little bit?
I I told someone the other day that I feel like I've done everything in my 25 career in 1 year,
Yeah,
with Alive,
yeah,
just because it's been so much transition. I think one of the largest challenges that we're all facing is just the increased amount of need. So a lot more people calling and asking for help in all areas of our organization. So more people need monetary support, more people need food. A lot of people have lost their second or their third job, and or they were kind of making it before and now they're struggling a little bit, or they lost their job for the first time and they just need a little bit of extra help. So the sheer scale of what we're doing has really changed, and to respond to that, we've had to scale up. So we went from doing about 30,000 pounds of food per month to basically now doing about 180,000 to 200,000 pounds of food a month.
wow,
So do that, we had to scale really quick. We needed space, we needed equipment, we needed more people, and PPE. This time last year, we didn't know if we could catch coronavirus or how it spread. So we really had to be very careful in what we were doing to keep everything as contactless as possible. So we really changed our operations completely. And we scaled up very quickly, hiring staff in a lot of cases. Can you start tomorrow? That's just something
yeah.
you don't usually do. So it's just been a really fast year. The first couple of months, I just felt like I was on the phone with everybody and anybody all day. And I have to say, the city of Alexandria has made a huge just a huge difference to how we're able to serve by providing space and lending staff. And we've had some incredible donations from our community.
Yeah.
In terms of equipment, we just got a truck from Alfred Street Baptist Church recently, and Mary and Moon came in early with a refrigerated container, which has helped us keep things cold. So just a
That's
lot of
yeah.
generosity. So managing that has been a lot, but also very good.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Well,
yeah.
and it keeps you going. I mean, because you see that
Mhm.
other people are helping you and other people are helping you because they see you helping so many people.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
it's really it's the epitome of that pay it forward uh,
Yeah.
uh, concept, and it's just you guys are just are really doing it just so beautifully. And I know that you have been involved with Spring to Action for a long time.
Mhm.
How did what impact did it make for you guys last year? I mean, what
Oh,
the
it was
impact of the
huge.
donations and what did it mean to
Yeah.
you? And yeah.
Yeah. So, well, first of all, we were in the thick of it. We were trying to really scale it very quickly. And Act for
Hmm.
Alexandria was one of the first organizations that called us to say, what can we do? What do you need? So they helped. But then also, Spring to Action was accelerated last year. So we were like, well, that's good. We got to get a campaign going really fast. And we were able to use that money and those dollars to buy the food we needed to respond to needs. So we were able to purchase quickly in a pretty competitive environment. As you know, a lot of things were in short supply, and we still continue with supply chain issues now. So we really needed as many resources as possible to get food out to people and to do it in a different way and to do it very quickly. So we were able to buy pallet jacks, electric pallet jacks that help us move large pallets of food with less physical labor. We were able to buy bags. All our food now has to be pre-bagged because it literally comes off a truck and into someone's car to keep it as contactless as possible. So they really helped us do that. And the campaign last year just enabled us to have the resources we needed to respond and to scale very quickly. So yeah,
That's
it was great
amazing.
timing. Yeah.
Wow, what an operation you're running over there. It's amazing and fantastic. Looking forward, what are your goals for 2021?
I think the thing that I feel most strongly about is just to be able to provide more resources to people who need monetary support. We know that the eviction moratorium was extended to June, but that doesn't negate everybody's back rent. We have a lot of people calling who are in need of food and who are in need of rent. So we'd like to be able to help them as much as we can. So if they can get more food, that's great. If they can have a little bit of extra to pay a bill that may be outstanding, that all helps that family make their ends meet. So we want to make sure that we are continuing to supply as many people as possible with monetary support and food assistance. We think that there's also a better way to serve clients. Right now, everybody's driving through or coming to one of our locations. And we'd like to think about how we can be more neighborhood centric. If there's a way for us to set up a walk in distribution where people can come to a place they're familiar with and receive food there, we can also then help that client get connected to other resources. So we're trying to think forward in terms of how we become focused on the client, their specific needs, and getting them connected to other resources that might be helpful to them, not just simply putting food in their car. That has value, but doing a little bit more than that.
Right.
Um, and just kind of connecting some of those dots and getting them to the resources they need. And then I'd love to see more people in a live house again. We're down to 2 families and we can accommodate 4. And since it's transitional housing, it gives people the time to save money and look for affordable housing or more permanent solutions. So having our population reduced there means we're not serving as many people as we could. And then also looking at partnerships with other shelters to help the women who live there to get to the next level. And we closed our preschool. I don't think a lot of people know that, but we'd like to think about what is our better way for us to be involved in early education. Is it opening another preschool in another location? Is it partnering? Is it sponsoring? Is it doing something like we did in Christmas time? We did a distribution of um, learning toys that kids can have at home. So our folks collected those and distributed them to some of the other preschools. So is that the role for us? We don't know. So we're trying to
Right.
explore that and think about how we can be part of that again.
Wow. So
Yeah.
dynamic. All these ideas are really fantastic. How can people help you with these? I mean, obviously donations I know are always welcome, right?
Mhm.
And they can reach you at and make donations through your website at www.alive-inc.org,
Mhm.
and that's on the screen
Yep.
there. But how
Mhm.
how else can people help and support you?
We still need volunteers. Sometimes it seems like we have more volunteers than we need, and sometimes we don't. So our needs change quickly, and we're always looking for people to pitch in, either at a distribution or helping sort out our housewares program. We did a collection day and filled up 3 church basements full of household items from our community, and all those need to be sorted and packaged for people to take home with them. And we are getting referrals, so people are coming to do that. They can help us also partner. We're stronger in partnership, so we're always looking at something where we can bring more food or we can connect so that we're going where people are. So I think those are 2 ways. And I think we also need volunteers to be on our eviction hotline to answer some of those calls and make calls back to people who have questions about the eviction process or how to stay in their home. So there's a lot of places people can connect. And of course,
Excellent.
financial resources just help us do it. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. But beyond even the donations, all the
Mhm.
things that you just
Mhm.
mentioned really would be so helpful if somebody is wanting to get
Mhm.
involved, wanting to do something,
Mhm.
and there's obviously lots of safe ways for them to do so. So,
Mhm.
so that's really great information, Jennifer. You're so prepared for this interview. Thank you so much.
Oh, thanks.
Let's end it with
Mhm.
what we're asking everybody, and I want you to repeat after me and fill in the blank. I spring to action because
I spring to action because we respond to our neighbors in need. That's what we do, and it's the responsible and the right thing to do.
it sure is. It sure is. Well, Jennifer, what a pleasure to chat with you today. Thank you so much, and good luck on April 28th. We'll be thinking about
Great.
you guys.
Thank you. Thanks so much
Okay,
for
sure
having me.
thing. Sure
Yeah,
thing.
thanks.